it is imperative that the Pats have a huge offseason here in the AFC because the quarterbacks that are on the come up and the quarterbacks that are already in this conference, incredible.
I just wonder, what is that monumental move they need to make that will ultimately change their direction in that conference, in the AFC East? Because every time I think about it, I'm like, do you go through the draft? Is that Mac Jones? Is that Ryan Fitzpatrick? And we've had multiple people on our show talk about Ryan Fitzpatrick potentially playing for his fourth team in the AFC East and that kind of completing that scenario and playing for the Patriots and then obviously building through the draft. But is that a long-term approach? Obviously, we saw the situation with Cam Newton this year, which I thought was dreadful. Even though I wanted to root for Cam, it felt like it fell flat on his face. And I know people were out through the COVID, Bart. I know it was a tough year from injuries, but it seems like they're in a really weird place, and it could get concerning for Bill if they don't step up to the plate, maybe make the playoffs next year. Then we could be talking about Bill Belichick potentially in a hot seat in 2 years from now.
I mean, we see this with the Spurs, right? We see Greg Popovich when Kawhi Leonard said, hey, I don't want to get yelled at anymore, decide to leave. So they're going to have to, I think, go back to somebody that's trusted, maybe make a trade for Jacoby Brissett or bring back Jimmy G. So somebody that's already bought into the system, somebody that will believe in them and know that they can put them in the best situations to be successful. Go all in. And if they're not going to do that, then they need to have a reunion with either Jimmy G or Jacoby Brissett, somebody that they can at least stabilize. If they're going to bring in a guy like Mac Jones, then they're going to have to bring in a veteran that you can groom him and be able to learn how to be a professional, learn the Patriot way or whatever they want to say, but learn the system. That is a lot to throw on any rookie. And how often or when in the last 20 years, we have never been able to say that the Patriots have the worst quarterback in the division. We understand that there's a lot of young guns. You think about Tua, if he's going to be able to reach his potential. We know right now that Josh Allen is at the peak. And if they bring Deshaun Watson to that division, could you imagine the Patriots finally feeling what the rest of the division had to feel like, having to know that they had to go against Tom Brady every single game? It's going to be, you talk about Boston fans being irate. They'll be trying to run Bill Belichick out of town. Listen, you either die the hero or live around and stay around long enough to see yourself become the villain. And right now, if Bill Belichick doesn't get this fixed in short order, he's going to become the villain and become the target of the hate from it. Exactly, because you look at him as the general manager. Hey, what's the exit strategy?
Exactly. Right there, front office. Hand the reins over to Josh McDaniels, right? Let there be a new wave coming in. Because I feel like we are starting to trend in that direction. I'm not going to say it's going to happen this year, but maybe the following year. And also, I would say this. You talk about the great quarterbacks that could be in that division if Deshaun Watson is able to land to become a New York Jet. And Tua, he continues to expand if they decide to stay with Tua. And what's happening with Josh Allen. It's fascinating to me about Bill Belichick on this one is that at the end of the day, if they can't keep spinning it and turning it around, it's like piranha. You start to eat yourself. You start to eat yourself. And it's, Sal Paontone used the terminology LeBronification. We're watching that happen right now, player empowerment within the NFL. Well, when LeBron came home to Cleveland, they won a chip. Right? And Ty Lue was there. You win a chip. When LeBron left Cleveland, they never made it back to the playoffs. And I feel like the Patriots could be becoming what the Cleveland Cavs are post LeBron.
Yeah, because you talk about, life's about location, or real estate's about location. That's not a great location to go up there and play in that cold weather. And you think about, all the things that comes with the pressure of replacing an icon. I thought that maybe Matthew Stafford didn't want to be. He didn't want to be back with Matt Patricia like you. I just got rid of this dude. You think I want to go back and be around Matt Patricia?
Come back. This is a great game. We used to play this game the whole time we were on there.
Indeed.
But I know what he's saying, Zubin. You know what I mean? Like the location, the weather. I mean, look at all the reasons why Tom and Gronk love it right now in Tampa. It's warm. They're playing for a coach that gives them rejuvenated life, a different approach. They're still winning at a high level, and it seems like they're actually enjoying playing football.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.